Are you somebody who spends a significant portion of your life stuck up in your head in these endless loops of thinking, most of which are extremely negative? It's extremely negative self-judgment, self-criticism, wondering what you have to do to get other people's acceptance, shaming yourself for not being enough. And it all just reinforces this big idea that you're not okay. And you've actually tasted what's on the other side of that. You've tasted genuine moments of inner peace and of presence when that critic and that whole noise just melts away and there's this wonderful peace, this wonderful sense of freedom, this wonderful sense of connection to life. But it's so fleeting. It's a little and then it's gone. If that sounds like you, you're in the right place. My name's Lee St. John and I'm a coach to high-performing, successful men, partners, senior team leaders, executives, CEOs in some of the biggest companies in the world. And I want to share with you today just a real high-level overview of how you can start to navigate your own inner operating system in a way that actually produces genuine change and is going to allow you to get more of those moments of presence and peace. That's what I specialize in. We call this upgrading your inner OS. And really, it's taking you out of all of this down into your body and into the present moment. And that change is profound. Actually, it's what everybody's looking for. Let's dive straight in. Okay, so this is how we're going to think about the human experience. There are these 3 levels through which you experience life. There's the mental level, there's the energetic level, and then there's the level of your attachments and your beliefs. Now, most people live most of their lives from their mind. I'd say about 95% of people live probably 99% of their lives from their thinking mind, and they are completely wrapped up in their thoughts. But here's the paradigm shift, because right now it probably feels like you are the thinker of your thoughts. It probably feels like your thoughts are relevant, useful, like you're trying to solve problems with your thoughts, and like they're necessary. Here's the paradigm shift. These thoughts are not useful. These thoughts are not necessary, and they are not required. And actually being in the mind is the experience of doubt, dissatisfaction, confusion, and not feeling like you're enough. Now, excuse me as I sort of stumble through drawing these things, but I'm using a mouse. I don't have a little pen thing, which I'd quite like, actually. That'd be quite fun, wouldn't it? Do all kinds of cool drawings. But point is, being in the mind is the experience of all of this. It is the experience of misery. Like, let's just call this misery. Being in the mind is misery, okay? Now, when you're in the mind like this, what happens is now you're projecting out into the external. And you're trying to find a solution to all of this. So you might think that it's drugs, or maybe you think it's sex, or achievement, or it's ABC, whatever the hell you go for, right? Whatever coping mechanism you go for, now your mind is attached to it and it's trying to get it. Maybe it's validation from others. It very often is, right? Which is also tied into success and achievement. So now your mind is trying to get you to chase after all this stuff because it's operating from this assumption that you are not okay. But this just brings you into this downward spiral of misery. And the only thing at the bottom of here is this sense of, what is the point? I'm not good enough. What is the point? Right? It's an extremely painful place to be. What's the point? I'm not enough. Okay? That's where the mind will always take you. And you might even go and get your drugs or your sex or your achievement or your new company or your big exit or whatever. But you'll find that in minutes, days, if you're lucky, weeks after, that same dissatisfaction will be creeping back in. That same sense of inadequacy will come creeping back in. So what's the solution to all of this? Well, we have to... Okay, this is radical, by the way. This is really radical. So take this if you dare. And I suggest that you do, because it actually leads to freedom. And I've seen this in tons of men who I've worked with, and also myself, that when you apply this, it leads to genuine freedom. And just for a bit of background, I used to live in my mind 95% of the time. And it was extremely painful. And now my mind is very quiet. It's very quiet. And I can't tell you how wonderfully blissful that is. So how do we get to that point from where we are? If where we are is my mind is a chaotic shit show, to where I want to be, which is where I'm present, grounded, and feeling incredible in my life, how do we get there? Well, the way we get there is we stop working at the mental level. Okay? The mind is good for one thing. And one thing only. And when I say the mind, right, I'm not talking about you sitting down and planning something from a powerful, grounded place. I'm talking about those thoughts that come in uninvited, unrequested, and they just start beating the shit out of you. So what's the mind good for? It's an alarm signal. And it's an alarm showing you that you've lost touch. You've abandoned yourself. You're in some bullshit. You're in your conditioning. Because here's the rub. Your energy is far more important than your mind. Because when your energy is beautiful, grounded, calm, and free-flowing, your mind is naturally quiet. If you are trying to quieten the mind at the mental level, it is an impossible thing to do. No, it's not impossible, actually. But anything that you do at the mental level is ultimately to change something at the energetic level. Because your energy conditions your mind, and we know this because when you're in a state of gratitude and you're free-flowing, your mind is quiet and you feel great. You feel okay. Yeah, buddy. Like anything's okay. Anything's okay. Everything feels beautiful. Life feels great. But when you're in a state of tension, now life feels painful and denying. Now life feels miserable. Now everything feels tough. Your wife seems like a bitch. Your kids seem frustrating and annoying. Your job that you've worked so hard to create, or your business, now seems like a prison. Everything feels crap when you are feeling crap, okay? So your energy conditions your mind. And if you stay at the mental level, you're going to go on the shit show chase, looking for it all out there, and it's going to leave you feeling really burnt out, really confused. So what we need to do is we need to come down into the energetic level, and we need to start working at the level of energy. Now, your primary goal when you come into the energetic level is you want to actually just bring all this energy, which is up and scattered, you want to bring it down. That's your primary goal. You need to bring your energy in your body down, okay? You need to ground yourself in your body, right? So let's just take a body like this. When you're full of tension, what's happening is your energy is up, like this, up in your head. It's all up and it feels really uncomfortable. And it's also very scattered. You're like this, okay? And it's rubbish. It really feels awful. It feels dreadful to be in this state. So what we want to do instead is we want to bring the energy down. We don't want it in the upper half of our body. We want it here and below, okay? We want the energy down. When our energy's down and grounded, we feel so much more powerful, okay? So we want to move the command center from here down to here, from your head down into your gut. And we want to just bring our energy down. And that can be as easy as just feeling your feet on the floor and breathing in through your feet and out through your feet down into the ground until you feel all that energy start to flow down in your body. And that's going to be a radical upgrade for you, okay? That's step one, really. It's step one of a 3-part process that can lead to genuine bliss. But this is the most important part for you to master. Get your energy in your body down. You have to get your energy down in your body. You have to get grounded. And what you're going to find, actually, when you are grounded in this pleasant energy, energy starts to flow all through your body in a beautiful way, okay? And you start to enter into a flow state like this. So instead of being scattered and miserable, you're in this orderly but extremely flowing energy, okay? So that's the whole game right there. You need to get out of the mind into the energy, into your emotions and your energy. And you need to learn how to ground the energy. And also a huge part of this, by the way, is learning to meet whatever emotional experience is going on in your body. Because if you've got anxiety in your body that you resist, what you resist persists. And now a fleeting moment of anxiety can become an anxiety disorder if you keep resisting it, because you're keeping it locked in the body instead of letting it flow through you and process. A feeling of being a failure, which we all have every single day, if we're being honest, and you should be having that, ideally, to show that you're growing. Because, yeah, we don't have the answers. Nobody does, right? A feeling of being a failure becomes this chronic failure thing. A feeling of being an imposter, which again, we all have every single day, becomes imposter syndrome when you resist it, right? So these momentary fleeting feelings that could be processed in seconds or minutes now become syndromes when you resist them. And they become a syndrome when you make a story out of them in your mind, okay? So we're dropping down out of the mental level. What is the mental level good for? One thing only, as an alarm signal to bring you back into the energy, right? And the story goes a little bit deeper here because there's another layer, which is our belief systems, the way that we see ourselves and we perceive the world, right? Our attachments and our beliefs, because our attachments and our beliefs condition our energy, and our energy conditions our mind. So we reverse this process. We get out of the mind into our energy. We smooth out the energy and create beautiful energy in the body. And then we come in and we analyze our attachments and beliefs. And this is where the juice is. The more beliefs that you let go of, the more attachments that you let go of, the deeper you are going to move into this new baseline of inner peace and presence. That's really important to understand, because your beliefs are these filters through which you view the world. And if these filters say, I'm not good enough, right? I'm not enough, then that's going to be your experience. You need to remove these filters. The natural state of mind is without filter. Okay, so the place where you end up is really with no beliefs. That's freedom. And that might sound a little bit barren to some of you, but trust me when I say it's great. And guess what? You can actually step back into a powerful belief system if it helps you to navigate the world. But it's more like a coat that you can take on, and take off, rather than some like eternal coffin sauna prison that you're stuck in and you can never find any relief from. So if you want to actually quieten your mind, how do we do it? You've got to get out. That's not what I wanted. You've got to get out of your mind into your energy, and then you got to smooth out the energy by grounding it, and then you've got to release the attachments and beliefs. This is a super simple, high-level overview. Okay, so this isn't some big in-detail thing, but it might just give you a few hints about how to move forward. Okay? And the first step is, am I in my mind right now? And if I am, can I get out of my mind, drop down into my body, and can I bring all that energy down? That alone will change your life. I promise you that. That will change your life. And if you start to address your attachments and beliefs with the recognition that the natural state of mind is silent presence. So any belief you have is up for grabs. It's up for inquisition, right? Question it. Where did I learn this? Is this rooted in lack? Does this help me live in a beautiful state? If it doesn't help me live in a beautiful state, then I can let it go. All right. If you just do that, guys, it's going to be super powerful for you. And this is how you actually silence your mind. All right. Big love. Have a great day. We shall speak soon. Cheers.